Omonne na omunna. How na day? How is everything? I just came across this video. This our sister. Ono ya na agba pam. I say okay. Although they said they need the judge case for one person mouth. But ọbụrụkwa na ife ọ na-ekwu here bụ ife mere eme. Ọ jọkwara njọ, sorry abeg. Ọ bụrụ na ife ọ na-ekwu here bụ ife mere eme, ọ jọkwara njọ, jọkarịsịa na njọ. Ọ bụrụ na ife ọ na-ekwu mere eme o. Do you understand? Please let me do this thing well. So ọ bụrụ na ife nwanne anyị nwaanyị a na-ekwu bụ ife mere eme, na ihe our experience o nwere, ọ dịkwa njọ. But make I open the video, make we look am.
So on the last video we did, you said you had an ugly experience with an Igbo man. Tell me, what actually happened?
I was married for 12 years to an Igbo man. I'm divorced for 7 years now.
Wow.
In fact, August this year will make it 8 years I've been divorced from that marriage. An Igbo man.
You have kids with him?
4 children. He abandoned the 4 children for me to train. As a matter of fact.
Hold on, an Igbo man?
Exactly.
Abandoned 4 kids.
From Anambra State, Mbaku to be precise. Ndoto.
Wow. Anambra man. The Odogus.
Odogu gini. All the Odogu, sit down Odogu, it's just packaging. Forget here and on social media. Neko. Oh yeah, what on just packaging this one now, very, very lazy, manipulative, humanizer. Imagine he will take my money, my hard-earned money, and then give a side chick.
Wait, an Igbo man lazy?
Yes, I'm telling you now, my experience. He will not just take my money, he will use my car to carry his side chick up and down. If I talk, he will prohibit me because he's the head of the family.
Sorry, where are you from again?
I'm from Imo State.
Where in Imo State?
To be precise.
Mbise.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I don't know where to even start, but I'm telling you from my own experience. That man show me shege. He remembers that. As I'm talking to you right now, for the past 8 years now, I'm with the children, doing everything, school fees, clothing, rent, everything. They left them for me to be. But I thank God for the grace of God. I'm doing it.
You're doing it alone?
Alone. My son is 19 years.
What about his family?
His family didn't those ones. They are the same, but they are worse.
Sorry to cut you short. I've not really
none of them
such
thing
about
care whether they have children or not. They don't. Oh, you I don't just know where I want to start from, because the prophet will say I'm paying. I'm not paying. I'm only saying the way it is.
So what actually made you? What made you to divorce this man?
What I said now is not enough for me to divorce him. He's lazy. He doesn't want to do anything. He was not provided. I was a breadwinner for 12 years.
He wasn't provided.
I was a breadwinner for that 12 years. So it's not enough. Apart from that, sexually, my boss. I don't know. Hearing, you will be advancing up and down. Cha-cha. Women. When he comes back the next day, I ask him, for beating me. Why won't I nag? Why won't I ask? You're not bringing the money. You're not even loving me the way you should love me. You're not even pampering me, You're not even, I don't understand. What you do in the morning, he dresses up, he goes off, he lives his life. With my money. Then when I talk, it becomes a problem. They will say I'm troublesome. Why would I be troublesome when the husband is not doing what he's supposed to do? Then he still wants to be controlling because he's an Igbo man, because he is Odogu. You understand? Odogu na whose pockets? My pockets.
Yes, this is strange.
So all this is, it's enough for me to say, you know what? F it. And I walk out of my mother. So I'm done. When I was done, it was not another problem. When you want to leave an Igbo man, they don't like you to leave them. They prefer that they will leave you. They feel good if they are the one that say, but when you say you're done, Igbo men don't like it too. They will be so pained. And they will find a way to now punish you. Some of them want to destroy you, both spiritually, physically. My own, you know, Meremo. There is no way to not go for me. There is no way to get deep. Yes. Too much Yes.
What about his family?
I don't know. They supporting initially the mother was on my side. But it's his child now. At some point, she now became against me. Now, because she told me to forgive and still continue to marry him. Okay, so I should forgive by marrying him in that misery. You understand? And I asked her, Mama, if I were to be your child that's going through all these things in the hands of your son, will you want her to continue and forgive? She didn't answer that question. I said, well, you're not gonna make all your email because but me, I'm not gonna be a mother. I'm not a mother that will support my child when they do something bad. I have voice, and they know the kind of teachings I give them. They know what they're doing. That was happen, Igbo man. This is exactly what this Igbo man I married did to me. He lied to me about so many things. He lied about his age. In fact, he knocked out almost 15-20 years from his age. That one, he went ahead and lied to me about his education. Still not going to school. Or drop out. Rusticated for court or whatever. I don't know what he did. That one day. He also lied about what he was doing for a living. This man, he took me to Ladipomushi and told me that he has a shop that is into motopass or whatever. All his friends, they all supported him and lied and covered up for him. Wow. And later in the marriage, I found out that he lied. And those women, they supported him. That's why I said, Igbo men, who no fear Igbo men, fear them. Fear who no fear an Igbo man. My own experience, I'm telling you.
Let's hear your opinion now in the comment section. They said they end the matter for one person talk. And unfortunately, the husband is not here. But one thing women should understand is that sometimes we women, we feel we get to marry. Do you understand? At some point in life, for one reason or the other, you become a kind of desperate. That is when this kind of thing could happen to you. You become desperate. You want to settle down. A lot of things can make a woman to be desperate, It may not be that the woman has become so old. Sometimes maybe your sibling, you are the first daughter, and down the line the second daughter married, third one is marrying. And if you are the first daughter, one or two of your siblings are married, you've not married. Even though you are still younger, you could be a kind of desperate to settle down. Or you are feeling, I'm getting to 30, let me quickly settle down. Or you had a disappointment, and then that time you are desperate to settle down, you run into this kind of men. And the next thing is that all these things, all the red signs, you will ignore them because you want to settle down. Do you understand? And some women feel that, even when they see a man has nothing to show, but he's educated, he's fair looking and all that, and the woman is desperate to settle down, the next thing is that, let's go and pull our resources together, let's struggle together. Then when you now get into the marriage, it becomes clearer to you that you have already entered one chance. Do you understand? So laziness has nothing to do with tribe. It's not tribe bound. Anybody can be lazy. It depends on the upbringing. It depends on the family, how they bring their male child up. Some families, they felt that it's only women that will do everything, men is just sit down, and the male children grow like that. And for one reason or the other, you see all these kind of men that they don't have direction. Do you understand? They can't wake up in the morning and say, this is what I want to do to make a living. Do you understand? So if you find yourself in the hand of such men, it's not always easy. Do you understand? Maybe because you are having salary, you are working and all that, you just do everything way than married. For your mind, when I get into the marriage, I'll start business for the man, or the man will work or do this. So by the time you now enter, you are now discovering on daily basis that the man has a kind of fundamental issues, that there's a problem. It could be even emotional or spiritual or even physical laziness that we are talking about. You understand? You discover that it's becoming difficult for the man to define himself and say, this is what I want to do for a living. And then when a man is staying with a woman and the woman is growing in the office, making money and all that thing, he become redundant. At some point, he get more depressed in the family, living with such a woman. Do you understand? And even in that depression, he can now put up so much other characters in that as a defensive mechanism, because his ego is bruised that it's only the woman that is bringing money and all that. So what I am actually saying is that if you are getting married to a man who has not defined his means of income, he has not defined it, he just jostling, or work here, come out, work here, come out, work here, you just feeling as a woman, oh, all I need is somebody around me now, and let him this, that. You cover a lot of things. If you are sincere and you are not desperate, I mean, some of these lies, you could detect them. I don't see how somebody will carry me to a shop that is not his and claim it's his. I would discover. Do you understand? And then some of all those lies, somebody reduce his age up to 15 years, So assume that you are blind to all these things, because at that point you want to settle down. That is what I want to advise women from this thing. Do you understand? Because at the point of desperation, you are bound to make some mistakes that will cause a problem for you in the future. Do you understand? Sometimes some women just 30, they are desperate. Even some women just 27, 28, 20, they are desperate. Do you understand? But when you now hastily when you run into marriage that is not worth it, you will now sit down and discover that 40-something are marrying, 50 are marrying. Do you understand? You would have waited. So there is no time that a woman should be desperate. All these flaws that our sister is just talking about now, there's no how she can say that all these things were hidden from the onset. So if you ask him now, what was the man doing before you join him as a husband? He will not be able to say. The man will be telling you, Shell is owing me, AFCON is owing me, these people are owing me. Only for you enter there, discover that none of these people they've not even seen him any day, let alone owing him. Do you understand? So that's why you should watch out for this. Don't be desperate. The key is, as a woman, don't be desperate. Because once that desperation comes, the moment you see any man that time, you are not looking back. Even if something is telling you this thing is not gonna, you want to push. You just want people to gather and say you have wedded and all that. And some things you ignored before you enter that marriage, some things you ignore, they become bigger when you enter. Are you getting it? So if a man is a graduate and is carrying a bag up and down, I want shirt to employ me, I want these people to employ me, and the man is not even starting from something small. You meet that man at that point and you got married to the man and you think magic will happen when you enter there. No, it's not working. Do you understand? Then you just enter there, you think the man will change overnight. If I start business, you will start business and tire. If a man doesn't have that business acumen, if a man doesn't have that mind of, this is what I want to do as a man. If a man doesn't have that daybreak, he lives and says, this is where I'm going to do. This is define himself, his goal, aspiration, and vision If a man doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. And marriage cannot change him. So once you run, and most ladies that run into such men are desperate ladies. When you are, for one reason or the other, desperate to marry, you enter into such a marriage. And the man will not know that you are desperate. And because you are desperate, once he enter, he's not even making any move to impress you. Because he knew that you entered out of desperation. And he has given you that marriage that you need. So he is not budged until he has, after, if you are not, what is happening is not okay for you, you leave. And that is how it happened now. But please, this Anambra man and the family, please go after these children. Even if you don't have money, you can give emotional support to your children as they are growing. You understand? Go after them. Give your children emotional support. The family of this Anambra man, give the children emotional support, except the woman is preventing you guys from having access to children. Please.